Not yet. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. Um, I went to town and lost track of time. So, my bad. Oh, all right. I hope everybody's okay. Hopefully, it looks like some people are on here, so that's good. Sorry. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare. We do live chat every Monday night. This time we're doing it on Thursday because it was the first Monday of the night. First Monday of the night? No, first Monday of the month. So, I'm sorry, and thank you guys for everybody that showed up. Hopefully, you showed up a couple minutes late too. So, um, all right, I'm gonna scroll up to the top. I'm gonna skip all the, hey, where the heck is she? Because I know there's some of that. And thank you, Verna, for texting me because I did not realize what time it was. Verna saves the day. All right, Desiree's here. Hello. Verna Vase Place moderator is here. Howie Food Forest Permaculture is here. Hello, everybody. Steve is here. Welcome. He's moderator as well. Checking your watch. Yeah, I was really late. Sorry. And yeah, so Verna was right partially. Probably out feeding rabbits and got busy with scratchies. That is partially. I went into town, went to the store, came home, went to feed the rabbits. I was about to feed the kitties, and so they're like, "Why are we not getting dinner?" They'll get food after this. It's okay. Oh, sorry, guys. All right. Who else? Let's see. I did set my clock back because guess what? It happens automatically. My flashlight's still on. Good way to run down your battery, huh? Anyway, um, all right. So hopefully you guys were talking with each other. That's good, right? Oh, was Dawn here? Oh, there's Dawn. She's late and I'm later. Yep, exactly. Welcome. Snow in Washington. Wait, Steve, are you in Washington? Why are you in Washington? It has been so windy here. So windy. Um and rainy. I was going to check the rain gauge, but instead I came inside. Uh this morning it was 0.61, and then before we got 1.4 inches. So it has been raining pretty constantly. Yesterday is when it started rain all day, and then last night it was raining pretty hard. Um, haven't activated the French drain yet, so the water table has to come up a little higher for that. So, but the one out of four tubes are coming out. I will be editing a video for that, the French drain, maybe for next week. Um, but yeah, it has to fill up first. So there you go. All right. Howie says the rain won't stop and the wind is crazy. Howie, remind me where you are. You're in Canada, right? Did I get that right? Or are you in Washington? Why do I think you're in Canada? Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is experiencing a very high wind event. Where I am is inland enough that we're not getting as much as the coast. Almost the whole entire coast of Oregon was under some sort of minor tornado, I don't know, advisory, alert, watch, whatever. Some of the maps I saw came as far as me, but when I went to look them up, like I saw people posting stuff on Facebook, and then when I looked it up on the sources I know about, it was really mostly closer to the coast. So yeah, we got some good wins here. But I think someone said there was a tornado in F0 or something in Washington. Somebody tell me if I'm right or not. And I really haven't been paying attention today. So yeah, but yeah, Howie, rain won't stop and the wind is crazy. That is here too. All right. Steve says weather service gave us a winter warning today. It was 75 degrees. Yep. Raining so hard, like a garden hose soaking, Howie says. My goodness. No, it's all on me, guys. That's all on me. Wind is outrageous, and the rain I did not see so much so fast before. Howie says, Howie, do you have a rain gauge? Do you know how much there is? falling at your place. And I saw this on someone posted on the Facebook group for the Kokoros. So if you guys don't remember, I do Kokoros, which is community collaborative, maybe the other way around, Rain, Hail, and Snow Network, and that is the biggest volunteer weather reporting organization in the world ever, which is pretty dang cool. And I am looking up a link to that. Copy. So if you want to be a part of the biggest ever in the Guinness Book of World Records, if you have a goal of being in, I need to make a video about that. That's what I'm going to do, guys. That's going to be next week. If you have a goal of making it into the Guinness Book of World Records, join this group. And what it is you volunteer weather reporting. If you're interested in weather and you want to know more about it and be a citizen scientist, click on that link, save it for later, come back to the conversation, and you will see what we're doing. My dad has been doing it. Hi, my dad's here. My dad has been doing it since when? How long have you been doing it? Let us know if you're still on. All right. My dad says just lots of wind here in Central Oregon. I hope all is okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I forgot my responsibilities. I'm sorry. All right. You thought the rain and wind got me. Nope. No. Yeah, hey, it said 12 minutes for me, but I guess it was 15 minutes by the time I got on there, huh? Oh, Dawn had time for a snack probably, huh? Oh my gosh. Steve says, so this makes it official. The next time there is a gang up on Steve Day for being tardy, Katrina cannot partake. Okay, deal. But then, the next time I will. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dawn had a hatch, so she does quail. My hatch was 19 out of 24 quail, 5 days old now, and new batch of eggs gets set in 4 days on the 10th. Awesome. Good luck. Good luck. What is my wind gust? Right now, it's not really that windy right now. Earlier in the day it was, and I was working, and so I didn't actually pay attention. It was above 10. I know that. 10 miles an hour is the numbers of miles an hour of wind it takes to blow your hat off your head. Why do I know this? Because it was a parameter that we had to stop surveying for blunt-nosed leopard lizards if the wind was more than 10 miles an hour. And I did that survey so much that I experienced my hat blowing off my head, and it was always at 10 miles an hour. So there's your measure if you need a random measure. Now, I don't know how to measure twice that much. I wear 2 hats. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Desiree, stop hurting yourself. She says, I stabbed 1 inch under my toenail, so I currently can't walk. There was also a plane crash 5 miles away from me. Are you in Kansas? I don't remember where you moved to. Yeah. I'm sorry. You got a new drink to try. Watermelon ring pop soda. That sounds sugary. Yeah, Anime, I'm sorry you're dealing with all that. That is not fun. Dawn says I put our rain gauge away for winter. We have a couple of freezes already. All right. I leave mine out, and what I do is I don't remember where it is right now. I need to remember where it is before it snows. My rain gauge is 4 inches in diameter, and it has a funnel that goes down into an inner 1-inch tube, and basically it's math, guys. It's math. I don't know the math, but basically 1 inch is a tube like this long when you have a surface area 4 inches diameter, and you can get very accurate measurements that way. But I have a second outer tube. My dad gave me that. And so it is a good idea if you do join Cook Ross and you do get snow to have a second tube, so that you can bring snow in and melt it. And also so you can take a cookie punch of the snow with it on the ground. So there you go. I will do a Cook Ross video for next week. Give you guys a break from the trail cam stuff. I don't know how popular the one was today, but it looks like not very many people watched the first one. But I think next week I'm going to have. I should probably do the rabbits breeding because we're going to be I'm going to be putting nest boxes in next week. I think end of next week for ravioli and rigatoni. I should probably breed the other two maybe this weekend. Baby bunnies. And then I have to build more rabbit tractors. I really do need to build more rabbit tractors. Anyway, so that is the deal. That's what's going on here. Yeah, I think I'll do that, and then I'll go back to more of the camera videos. Okay. My dad says I've been doing Cook Ross since December 2007. I did not know it was that long. So, right before I went into graduate school, like half a year almost before I went into graduate school. Your Davis should show max wind gust. How do I see the max one? I just look at it. Does it show max? Like if I go over there, will it tell me? Yeah, I figured that out. Kentucky UPS crash. Steve. Yeah, that's a big. There's so many crashes lately, and I don't know if we're just hearing more about them or what. Oh, does he work there? Yeah, Desiree, I am glad he was not there for sure. Dawn is asking, are your rabbits under lights to breed like quail for laying? No, they are not. Yeah, my dad's on. Verna, he's the one that says I am not seeing your dad on. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up from that comment. Oh, now you see him. Okay. I'm gonna go over and see what our maximum wind gust is if it shows it automatically. If not, my dad's gonna have to tell me what buttons to push. Wind? Yeah, it doesn't come up automatically and it's not under wind. I just hit the wind button. You hide well? Yeah. I just hit the wind button. Okay, we're coming over here. That's what it says. And if I hit the wind button, it says 5. But then up here it has degrees. 124 degrees, I don't know what that means. 94 degrees? I mean, that's just direction. It's not saying speed. And 2 minute, 1.5, 10 minute, 0.8. That's average speeds. Wind speed 1. So you have to keep hitting it more Okay. Just keep hitting wind, huh? Can you guys see that? There. Maybe. I'm not seeing it change into anything significant. I don't see a maximum at all. Anyway, he can tell me more if he wants to. Bertie says, can't see anything but yellow. It's a number, not seeing enough to tell. Yeah, he knows where it is on his. That's the readout for my Davis station that he gave me. Yeah. But I didn't see any, like, this is how much this, like, got to. Anyway, so yeah, that is, weather is what's happening here. Oh, we have more up here. Desiree says the whole city was a lockdown. It was crazy. We all had to stay inside and keep all windows closed. Ooh. And Steve says all the fumes in the air from the oil refinery they crashed into. Oh, it crashed into an oil refinery. I didn't read anything about it. I just know it happened. And yeah. Well, my dad says it gives it for the last 10 minutes, as far as you can tell. Yeah, it's the last 10 minutes was not the maximum for the day. So there's that. But yeah. Oh, my dad texted me a picture of. Oh, yours says last gust. Mine does not. Okay, let me. This is what my dad's says. Last gust, 24, and then the direction. What is that? 10-minute, and then the direction. So that's 365 degrees. I don't see that on mine, and so it might just be a setting, or maybe you have a cooler one. Bought me the one on sale, did you? No. Dawn says I have to go. Everyone have a good night. Still have some work to do. Well, thank you for joining, and I'm sorry I was late. But congratulations on your babies and good luck on the new ones. Joy's here. Hello, all from windy, wet Western Oregon. Yeah, did you get tornado weather where you are? Because you are closer. You are closer to the coast. I was trying to say closer and coast in the same word. It doesn't work. Because I'm out of that, but I know there's like all sorts of stuff near the coast, and I don't think you're actually on the coast, but yeah. Maybe actually read the manual. Yeah, I don't know where the manual is. But yeah. I haven't had a gust in the past 10 minutes. That's true. That might be what it's measuring, is the one past 10 minutes. But yeah, it was pretty dang windy. What? Desiree says because of the crash, they're paying the employees less. UPS is a terrible place to work. They're paying them less? I mean, that's not great. That doesn't make any sense at all. Give them hazard pay. All right. Joy says yes, but I didn't hear of any. Okay. Good. Yeah, we didn't have any circular wind. We just had straight line wind. So, yeah. Verna says to my dad she doesn't have time to find it, let alone read it. There's a lot of time that I could find. That is a true statement. Farmel is here. Good evening. So, Joy and Farmel just know when to show up, after me. I was super late, guys. So, welcome. My dad's laughing, says you're so right. Oh, they aren't paying less, they're working less, which is less money. Okay. My dad is John Krakow. Yes. That is him um in the brown. I think it's a brown jay. It's on my screen. Um yep. So yeah, that's what's going on here. There are things going on for the house coming up. I had someone out to do a walkthrough and bid for um, some work, and I had some good news about something else that I'm not talking about. My dad already knows, um, but I'm not going to talk about on here. But good things are happening. Things are coming together, which is good, and I'm feeling. You're not what? Oh. um so yeah, things are starting to come together for a lot of things, so that's good. I got some confirmations of some things today, so that's also good. And uh I do need to probably, I'm going to try tomorrow, but it might be until next week that I contact a tree person to look at food forest stuff, because I need to at least set something up, even if it doesn't happen now. I need to set something up. Um, and I'll read Desiree's comment, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about something. Desiree says, no. Oh, no. It's a new break rule they are informing, which gives them less pay. The work time has also been increased. So they're back up from the crash. Yeah, so rules are different for like breaks and stuff. Like if you work a 10-hour versus an 8-hour day, the break system is different. And all of that. So I don't know what all the legalities are for the different states, because they are different. Um, yeah. Uh, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. And I hope your boyfriend is safe and remains safe. Yeah. I need to mark the trees on what they are. What do you mean on what they are? On if they're staying or going? It's pretty obvious what needs to go, except for around the house. Around the house, I want to mark things that are staying, or something. Oh, enforcing. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I do need to make that phone call. I got verification today that one of the people that I was going to call is a is a valid good person. Not that I didn't have that before. I had that from the person who gave me the number, but I need to actually do it. But I wanted to go quickly through some stuff right now. October, we passed it. Sorry, I didn't mention it. If you are in the Morgan Hill area in California, um, hopefully there still is, an ugly plant sale. They do it every October. I don't remember what part of October, and that's at Johnson's Nursery. So that's the only one I know about. If you guys know about annual plant sales or annual stuff like that, then let us know so that other people in your area know. And one thing to look out for in this season right now is nurseries are getting rid of, and I am not going to a nursery. I have made this promise myself to not go to a nursery until I have some area cleared, because I keep buying things that either aren't going to live or aren't having an optimal start, and that's not fair to them. But for you, so like I said, Johnson's Nursery in Morgan Hill, California has what they call an ugly plant sale. Doesn't mean they're ugly. It could mean that, oh, well, that branch broke and it looks funky now, or they're just getting rid of stuff. And what they do is something that a lot of nurseries do this time of year, which is try to get rid of bare root trees from last year. Now, bare root trees from last year are not going to be still bare root, hopefully. They will at this point have planted them up and usually price them up, but sometimes not. And they've been taking care of them at the nursery for a year now. What advantage that has for you is you get a year older plant, year older tree, year older fruit bearer, for a very cheap price. Usually, those trees that are a year older are sold for less than the new bare roots coming in. So I encourage you to, if you are in the market for a fruit tree, go out to the nurseries now or ask them. Say, hey, I know you guys have to make room for when your bare root trees go in. When do you have, do you have a sale before that? Or, do you need to get rid of these before those come in? Every place is going to do it different. But that is a really good thing to know and have a relationship with your nursery. I don't really have a relationship with a nursery around me yet. I mean, I recognize people at like the Grange, but it's not. I don't know them yet like I used to with Johnson's. Johnson's was like my hangout place. It was between home and work, and I spent a lot of money there. It's easy to spend money when it's between your home and work. Saving more money now that I work where I live. So. Anyway, so I encourage you for that. And things you need to know for that is your chill hours. Chill hours are the number of hours below 40 degrees, below 45 degrees. And I've also seen it between 32 and 45. Just go with below 45, you're fine. And it is mostly in reference to trees that require a chill to set fruit, and most of those are deciduous. So deciduous means they lose leaves in the winter. There are summer deciduous trees as well, but in this case, we're talking about fruit trees that are deciduous in the wintertime, and they lose their leaves. And it is a really, really good thing to know what your chill hours are. Type it into Google or whatever search engine you use. You're going back to Alta Vista, let me know. And it will tell you your chill hours or a range of chill hours. So know that if you have more chill hours than you need, that's fine. If you do not have enough chill hours, you can maybe gamble. You can say, well, it won't prevent the tree from growing. It may prevent the fruit from setting. So if you have, if you live in an area that really cherries don't grow in, it's too warm for them. You don't have enough chill hours for them. But sometimes you might, like, you're like, I'm really on the edge. Make your decision. If you have room, go ahead and get the tree or trees. Make sure you have a pollinator if you need a pollinator tree. And, realize if you do that, you may just be planting a tree that's going to be very healthy and give you no fruit. That sometimes does. So, something to pay attention to. And then also your USDA planting zone. Right now, you can't look that up on the official website, but you can still find the map floating around on other people's website. And make sure you look at the 2023 map because that is the updated map. It looks like Howie's going night night. So thanks for coming, Howie, and I'm sorry I'm late, but thanks for coming. So yeah, those are two things to know. Your planting zone, you can plant warmer, but planting colder might kill. So if you have a higher number in the planting zone, then you can plant lower number things. So if this says it's zone 5 to 10 and you're in zone 8, you can plant anything that says any of those zones. Any of the zones from 5 to 8, and probably a little bit on either side. So you can gamble with those ones. And then the reason for that is the number. So we have, I don't know if there's 14 maybe? I think it's up to 14. It's at least up to 12. I'm in 8B right here. I think my parents are in 6A or 6B, I think, or something like that in Central Oregon. And that number correlates with a range. And that range is a temperature range, which is the expected coldest cold you're going to have. So, for example, here, I think it says 15 is the coldest cold expected, and I the record here is 14. So that's about right? And so I can rely on that scale that says, oh, here's my list of plants that can grow in this cold a temperature. And here's some plants that you're on the edge of, you might want to protect in winter. That's okay. Just realize you're going to have to protect them. And how do you protect them? You protect them with a greenhouse, with frost netting, with twinkle lights. If you choose Christmas lights, make sure they are not LED, because LED doesn't put out enough heat. So go back to the old twinkle lights. It doesn't need a whole lot of heat. Don't do the C9s. That will run up your energy bill. Ask me how I know. But the little twinkle lights will do really well. Put them on a timer or put them on a thermocube. So thermocubed is another thing that, let's see, thermocube. Let's see. Well, it looks like this. Let me bring it up. This is on Walmart. I'm not sponsoring Walmart or anything, but I just want to show you guys what it is. So let me share my screen. Thermocube. Okay, this is what thermocube is. And here, it says it right here. You plug it into an outlet. So it has, looks like that on the back. It plugs into an outlet. If you have things next to it, it doesn't work. If it's in one of the outdoor boxes, it doesn't work. You have to put the extender on it. You can see that's like that. And this has a sensor in it that, did not mean to click on that. When it gets to 35 degrees Fahrenheit, it turns on this plug, or this plug, both plugs. And it turns it off at 45 degrees. So what that means is you could have something plugged in and turned on all the time. It should be turned on, but the actual power going to that plug doesn't turn on until it gets to 35 degrees. So that is where that is. That is good. Where is the turn off the share? Maybe I'll just close it. Okay. So that thermocubes are good for winter. And you can connect that to lights. You can connect that to a heat lamp. You can connect it to a ceramic lamp, like for reptile heaters. You can use that for heating things too. I believe I'm going to try putting a ceramic lamp in my well house this year. After some electrical stuff is done, I'm going to put up like space blanket material, but I'll probably get the bubble wrap kind. Anybody know what that's called? It's like a wrap and it has shiny. Anyway, it should reflect the heat back into there. So yeah. Anyway, so that kind of thing can be used for plants, for animals, for I have my chicken water thing plugged into that. I got a waterer that plugs in. It's a heated water, and luckily it doesn't get hot. I have a heated water for my cats, but it's steamy, like it's warm, and I'm like, I don't want them to necessarily drink warm water. I want it to be just melted. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I don't know. Plugging it into a thermocube won't help because it just heats things up. Anyway, so what I did before, if I'm home, what I did before is I just turned it on for super cold days, or turned it on for a little bit and then turned it off again. But yeah, it's just really, really weird. Maybe I should put on a timer. That's something I could do. But yeah, so you can plant trees and fruits that are outside of your range slightly to the cold, as long as you need to protect them, and slightly out of your range to the warm, as long as you know you may have to shade them. So you may have issues with that too. And also you may not get the fruit you want if you don't have enough chill hours. So anyway, I wanted to go over that because we are starting to see, or we should be starting to see things coming in for bare roots soon, and they should be getting rid of, selling off, putting on sale things that are taking up too much space, so they can make room for the bare root trees. Now, bare root trees, there's a big market for bare root trees, so there's going to be a lot of those and a lot of room, which means they need to make room. So it's worth asking the questions. If you have a good relationship with one of the nursery people, they may even give you something for super sale. Can't guarantee it, but I mean, I've had that happen before where I was like, can I just buy like a whole flat of, like, can I order and buy like a whole flat of alpine strawberries? They are so wonderful. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And he's like, and do it for this much. Tell him I said this much. Okay. And they said, he says he did this much, and they radioed him like, yep, okay. So good to develop relationships with people that you see often in general, but yeah, knowing what's coming up is a good thing. Yeah. All right. Does anybody want to talk about trail cameras? I'm finding that probably most people that already watch the channel are not as interested in it as I thought they were, but I'm going to finish the series. Yeah. You never know unless you ask. Exactly. Exactly, Steve. Exactly. Could I come later? Yes. No. Yeah, you never know unless you ask, and that is a very good thing to state, because it is so very true. There's a lot of times people might not think about, oh, well, I need to order that anyway, so let's make an order. Or, oh, I didn't know we were out of that, let's make an order. You could say, oh, well, do you have this particular thing? And they may say, oh, wow, I saw that on the list, but I didn't know people wanted it. Next time I'll order some for you. So it really doesn't hurt to ask, especially in a nursery, that is worth its salt. I don't know why I say worth its salt. Because salt doesn't belong in the garden. They will be able to either help you or direct you where to go, or they'll be interested enough to look something up. You go into some nurseries and they're very obviously not nursery people, but if you go into nurseries and there are very obviously nursery people, those are the ones to talk with about things. So yeah, and a lot of these people that work in nurseries, they know their stuff inside and out. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, now there's my blurb. There's my blurb. I did put out a bunch of cameras. I don't know if you guys who are on here or people watching later saw the videos, but I did put out a bunch of cameras this last weekend. Trail camera, wildlife camera, camera trap, whatever you want to call it. And I know there's going to be some stuff on it. I haven't checked them yet. I was going to check them this weekend if it gets sunny at some point. Which I don't know if that's going to happen. Just to see how they did, if they're catching what I want to catch and all that. I should have done that a couple days in, but I just got too busy. So yeah, we're going to watch most of it this morning. Thank you. I'm okay if you guys don't watch things. I mean, not all my videos are for everyone. That's fine. I was just wondering if that's something I should have more direction or less direction on. And I figure, hey, I'll finish out this series that I'm doing, and then just share it as a for fun every once in a while. I think it's probably going to be what it is. And yeah. You can find some pretty cool stuff on trail cameras, though. Like the whole herd of turkey that were on the front yard this morning. They're on the front lawn. right in front of the house. I walked out the door. I went into the carport, fed the cats, pet them for a little bit, and I went back to go to the front door, and there were like 30 turkeys on my front yard. Like, when did you guys get here? Like, what's going on here? So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So I want to know what you guys are doing for winter stuff. Is everybody ready with their animals? And is anybody planting anything? Because probably should have planted a lot already. Garlic is a November planting here. I have not ordered any garlic, and I don't think the garlic that I had last year that they transplanted into a tiny thing, I don't think it survived. But Territorial Seeds is 2 hours north of me, and so I should probably order some because I actually have places to grow it now. I do still want to grow over on the other side, by the solar panels, but by where the saffron is. Oh yeah, that's something else I want to show you guys. Just a minute. Okay. So I thought my saffron was going to only have leaves this year because that's what was happening. But I have flowers. So these I picked earlier today, this morning, when they look like this because it was raining so much. If it was sunny, I would have waited for them until today or tomorrow morning. But I want to show you this one. That one. This is a saffron flower. Saffron, one of the most expensive spices in the world. And the red strands, see those 3 red strands? Those are the female reproductive parts of the flower. And that is what saffron is. Saffron, the only edible part of the flower, I'm taking it apart. The only edible part of the flower is the strands. Everything else isn't used for anything. The remaining is some pretty petals and some pollen. The bees will still get pollen from these. So if it was not raining, I usually just pick out the strands and leave the flower because the bees will find it. They'll have a nice pollen source in October, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much, you'd have to plant this to have them out foraging in it. But this right here is all the saffron you get from one flower. And that I dry. And here's the harvest so far. One more. Let's see if I can show you. There's the harvest so far. And I've just been adding to it because there's not that many. Let's see if I can show this way. There we go. That you can see better. So they shrink a significant amount when they dry. In my environment in Gilroy, which was pretty dry in the house because we had a wall heater and all that, it took 2 days to completely dry. Here, I think it's fine to do 2 days, maybe 2.5, something like that. Right now, I'm just adding to it. I don't know where my other little sieve is. But what I do is I have a teacup and I just set it in there. And then what I do is I set this into the cupboard, and I usually have 2 of these going. So one of them's drying, one of them has nothing, or one of them drying, one of them has freshly drying stuff. And then the next day, this other one would get dumped into a jar, and then this one stays, and then the one that was dumped gets the new stuff in it, and you switch it around. But I don't know where my other one of these is. I know I have 2 of them. It smells so good. So That is something to look forward to if you are planting saffron. If you're planning on planting saffron, you can see the little nub sticking out there, and they smell really good. If you don't know how to use saffron, I do have a saffron video. If Werner or Steve wants to find it, that would be good. If not, you can just type in saffron on my channel, and go from there. It's good to use tweezers because my thumbs are bigger than tweezers. But again, that's one flower's worth. And it does take a while. Now, if you want to sit here and watch a movie, sit here and talk with me, and do this, then it goes faster. I really do like for the bees to be able to get to it. It's going to be faster to just grab the flowers. It's just going to be faster. It's less time consuming to get the strands if they're open. But like I said, it's and they're going to be slightly better if they've opened already. That's just a personal opinion of mine. And when you have pollen present, the pollen doesn't really start to be on the anthers. Thank you, guys, Verna and Steve. The pollen doesn't start to be on the anthers until it starts to open. So you're not going to have the pollen there until it starts to open on its own. So just a little bit about flowers. This one is super tight, super tight, but I picked it anyway. All right. Desiree is saying something. Let's see. Verna says, I have radishes planted. Awesome. One of the fastest growing plants. Desiree says, sadly, all my plants aren't doing good with the switch inside. What did you move inside? They might need a grow light. They might need to be misted. So if you have the heater on, that can reduce the humidity in the air. And so you may want to mist them. If they are by a window that has like a breeze, you know how sometimes things aren't sealed, it might be getting cold air from outside, and it's trying to deal with the warm air and the cold air. So maybe try moving it away a little bit. But yeah, having enough light is going to be what you want, and then mitigating a little bit of humidity mitigating is probably good. And I'm dropping petals. All right. Yeah, grow lights would be good. Yeah. And Desiree says, my elephant garlic does have 2 corms. Is that what you're saying? Are they heads? I don't know what you're saying. Elephant garlic grows like garlic, and it starts with the clove, and then it makes a head. So a head is the bigger thing, and a clove is the part that you break off to plant or to eat. And elephant ones are like this big. Yeah. All right. Yes, mist them with a T. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I did say mist. Anyway, so that's what I would do. I did plant, I don't know how well they're doing. I have plans to have spider plants. There's a bookcase thing on the end of the kitchen. That's what I'm going to call it. And it has like a kind of a divot in the top, and it's up near the solitube. So I have goals of doing spider plants up there. I'll do another show and tell. So someone actually, I wasn't going to do it yet, but someone actually had them on Facebook a while back, that they were bringing their spider plants indoors, and they were cutting off the babies before they brought them in. And did anyone want babies? So I planted up a bunch of babies. You know, when they have roots in the air, and they don't have like, it takes a while for them to grow. Well, here, we can show you this. If you look right here, and I don't dump dirt on my thing, then you can see there's some roots there. That's what they look like in the air. And there's some new growth there, so they're probably going down. You guys see the new growth? Right in there. Move, leaf. Where are you? Right in there. So I just have this in a bowl. I probably need to water it again. It doesn't have any drain holes, so that's, maybe I don't need to water it. It has enough in there. But it will take a little bit to root. Let me see, actually, if any of these are. It's starting to grow. So like that's a little bitty one. It's starting to grow. Shove it back in. But anyway, I shouldn't keep pushing these out. But I will be having those up on that cabinet, and it'll be a good place for them. But that is an option too, is to reduce the stress of your plant by, if it has little, if it has baby spider plant, or aloe or something, maybe just up potting it might also help it, or take away some plant matter. Don't hack it just because I said that, though. Yeah. Okay, Verna says we usually put them in water to get them to root good. Yeah, some people do water and some people do soil. If it's already on the plant, it would have been good to wrap it with some saran wrap and some soil, because then it would be able to have the energy from the mother plant while it is growing new roots. But I didn't do that. So, yeah. But yeah, putting them in water would work too. It's pretty moist. Maybe I need to water it again, but it'll be fine. Always expect some dieback when you do that, because there's going to be. Yeah. I had a spider plant for years, and I upplanted it when I got it. I like rescued it, right? And it was really, really thankful. It like took off. Like, ooh, time to grow. Yeah. Oh, Verna's getting coffee. Andy Rabbit's here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. You just missed my saffron demonstration. Ooh, that's coming all the way through. Hang on. So this is the saffron of the year so far. I didn't think they were going to flower this year, but they did. So that's the other, you guys see this is hanging down and there's stuff hanging through right there. That's another reason to put it over something. And this way you get air all the way around, but in case it drips through, because they're going to shrink significantly. In fact, let me find. Yeah. So here, if I can grab it, let me grab it. Okay, there's one from. Let me grab the other one. Okay, so an example of shrinkage. Oop, come here. Come here. All right, so how small do these get? How much do they shrink? This is one from today, and this is one from a couple days ago. And that is full size, and they do shrink. So there's your difference, and that's why it's expensive. Everything done by hand and shrinkage. So yeah. All right. Steve says spider plants are not a good source of nutrition. I don't think you're supposed to eat them, but they are very, very, very good for pulling things out of the air. I do not remember what specific things. Let's look it up. Spider plant air cleaner. I think it's also called a bathroom plant because it does well in bathrooms. Of contaminants ranging from ammonia to benzene. So yeah, I mean there's different kind of plants that clean up different types of things. So spider plants do a lot of things. English ivy does a lot of things. A lot of the different house plants do. Oh, okay. Well, this one says spider plants can absorb mold and other allergens from the air. I didn't know about that, but yeah, it does quote unquote clean the air. So yeah, but you're not supposed to eat it, as far as I know. All right. Andy says ours has only been in the ground for 1 week and 1 day. So spider plant, I one time saw at a job site that had a huge greenhouse. I don't know what the purpose of this was, if they were selling spider plants or if they just liked it, but there was a huge area in ground that had spider plants, and it was just prolific. If you can imagine, this is how this works, right? So we have our spider plant babies here planted up, and they grow like this. So that's another baby. Once it starts to grow roots, it can be planted as another little baby. Okay. So it has very similar growth. Here's another one. It has very similar growth to like the strawberries. Well, this is another one, but that's where it got cut off. Another one right here. One right here. One right here. When strawberries send out runners and plant themselves, that's exactly what these do. And so they can go along the ground. I don't know how hardy they are in cold, but I think they're more hardy than people think. Probably not for like super winter, but yeah. Steve says they are not toxic, but can cause stomach upset. However, considered safe around children and animals. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the difference in the saffron? Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it grows in a lot of different places. Saffron is Mediterranean. And so Mediterranean is going to be best, which is rainy in winter, sunny, and really not rainy in summer, and moderate-ish climate. But it does cold okay. It does hot okay. So as long as you have good drainage, I think it can be grown most places. Now, I've always had it start the week of Halloween. It started a couple days later than that here. This time my battery thing just came on. And there's my charger over there. Just a minute. Ordinarily, I'd have it plugged in to begin with, but I was not prepared. All right, here we go. Plugging it in. So yeah, you should be able to grow it. And what I did, I did a video recently. If you guys want to link that, but the video I did recently shows how to plant it in if you have clay soil. And that's exactly what I did when I was in California previously. I had clay soil there as well. And so I just dug a trench, put potting soil in it, stab the clay so that the fissures can form to go down through the clay and you don't end up with a little bowl, and planted them in that. The last row, I just didn't have time and I needed to plant them before I left. And so I literally put potting soil on the ground in a row and planted it in there. The ground was so hard I could do it now. The ground was so hard that I was not going to deal with that. So we'll see how that works. Yeah. Okay. Steve's looking up stuff about spider plants. It can remove toxins like formaldehyde, carbon monoxide, xylene from the air. Yeah. Good. Yeah, it can remove a lot of things. So they're good plants to have around. Plants in general are good to have around. They always take up carbon monoxide and they give you back oxygen. What's bad about that relationship, right? That's a pretty good relationship. Yeah. Oh, Andy, I did not know you had a case today, but you won a court case. Judge made a decision. Congratulations. Oh, over your granddaughter. Congratulations. Good. I'm happy for you. All right. Thank you for the link there, Steve. Thank you. Oh, good, Andy. Good. Yeah, you're on a next step with that. And it sounds like that needed to happen. So good. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. You guys are asking Andy about stuff. I'm gonna let you guys talk about that in the chat. And yeah, congratulations. All right, so it looks like we have radishes planted, and that's pretty much it. And nobody else is planting anything. Yeah, Steve, what do you do for your winter water system? Do you use bowls, or do you does it freeze on your porch? Steve is in Mississippi. Does it freeze on your porch? Does it freeze at all in your winter? Yeah. Yep. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, Andy, we are happy for you. We are very happy for you, and we know you're a fighter. And I don't know the full situation, but I'm glad. Yeah. Okay, Steve says I just replenish the water daily during the freeze times, 2 to 3 times a day. Okay. I didn't know if you froze where you were or not. 2 to 3 times a day. That's a lot of replacing. I in the wintertime when it freezes, I do the bunnies water a couple times a day, and I'm really considering doing a what's it called? Heat tape. Doing heat tape at least with when I do quail again, and doing heat tape and keeping the cups and see if that works. If not, I mean, if I have electricity out there, do that. If not, the chicken waterer thing that has the heater in it works fine. It's not going to be ideal for quail because they're going to want to step in it, but it works fine. I know they also make the kind that plugs in that has the nipples on the side, so it's closer, so it doesn't freeze. So I have a feeling I'm going to be experimenting once I do get back into quail. I don't have that currently going. There's a lot of infrastructure to do. There's first, second, third step to get there, and that's not on the top priority. So yeah. Okay, Steve says heat tape will help the water line, not the connection at the cup itself, which is where you'd have the actual freeze. I was thinking, couldn't you actually put it like at that junction? Couldn't you like put it around like somewhere there? I don't know. I haven't messed with it, so I don't actually know, but I was trying to think of how to make it be a passive system if the power is on. But yeah. Yeah, but I don't have that structure yet. So it's just my two little chickens, and they have a plug-in one. So once it starts getting cold, I will be plugging that into a thermal cube, and it will automatically go on and off as needed, which is really nice. Yeah. And the cat one will probably stay unplugged because, well, yeah, I'll probably plug it in if it gets, if it gets down into the cold, I'll probably plug it in. Yeah. My dad, for people that don't know, my dad is talking about a rabbit head that I gave them. He said, and Remy is a dog. Remy had another head today. Yum. Yeah, she loves those. So, yeah, she really does love them. In fact, I gave them a bunch because I don't have a dog yet, and I've been giving it to, well, some people that are here locally. They're like, okay, we have enough. We don't need more. And one of the contractors that has been doing stuff here, the one that did the French drain, his dog loves them, so gave a bunch to him. And I've just been collecting them in the freezer, and I'm like, I need to just get these out of my freezer, and the dogs like them. So my parents got a bunch of stuff for doggy, and she is getting spoiled. And we tried to share with her friend, but her friend didn't like them. And so they came back to my parents. Yeah. And she loves them. Yeah, my dad says. Steve says I got flat aquarium heaters for my water troughs, but never got around to setting it up. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Watch a YouTube video in China where they ate the rabbit's heads as well. Well, the cheek meat and the brains. Yeah, my dad got really excited. Tell him how excited you got when you read that the brains were good for dogs. It was pretty funny. So, while you were in China, Steve, I love that you just say I watched a YouTube video in China. How's your trip? Oh boy. Andy says I use bowls in the winter and just put hotish water in to help melt the ice. I have to zip tie the bowls to the cage. I buy metal dog bowls from the Dollar Tree. Punch a hole. Yeah, yeah. I have the rubber ones, meant for animals and stuff. And they're nice because you can either swap them out or you can tip it upside down and step on it and have it go out. And I have water by the animals now, which is amazing. So I have frost-free hydrants by the animals up there, by the garden over here, by the gate over here, and by that shed down there. So I have 4 frost-free hydrants, which is absolutely amazing and time saving and all of those things. And my phone just let me know that rain is possible in the next hour. So we know this. We knew this all day today. Oh, the holes in the rims. Yeah. So you're just making a hole to like attach it. And that's a good idea. I was thinking about affixing not asphyxing. That's a weird, yeah. Affixing a magnet to the bottom because I know they make that. I know they make metal bowls that have that, but I was thinking about doing that for the other bowls, but then I was like, well, what if it gets loose and then the rabbits choke on it? So I haven't done that. Yeah. My dad says low fat and very healthy for dogs, the brains. Yep. Andy says my quail will take a bath in the water bowls. Ooh, no frozen toenails, please. Good way to have quail popsicles. Exactly, Verna. Oh yeah, so where my dad lives, they don't know anybody there that has Japanese quail, and that's what we're talking about when we talk about quail on this channel generally is the Coturnix quail, the one that is raised for meat and eggs. We also have California quail here. I don't see them or hear them very much. They're more on the other side of the hill here, pretty close, but on the other side. Um, I see them more there. And then I think we're supposed to have mountain quail too, but I haven't seen any. But where my parents are, they have California quail. And he says a friend of ours put up a ramp for the wild quail to get to the bird bath. I told him, they can fly, right? Yeah, they prefer to walk though. Andy says, guys, I'm so excited about getting granted full guardianship of her. I have been doing happy dance all evening, last 4 hours when I found out anyway. Yeah, and like Verna says, we don't blame you. Yeah, absolutely. Keep on dancing. Have a whole dance party. That was not me dancing. That's a horrible dance. I do dance better than that. Um, yeah, no, that's so exciting, and I mean, you guys have a good relationship, so that's good. It's good. Yeah. Um. Anyway, yeah. So we've had lots of rain. It's pretty funny because the contractor that put in the French drain, he called me today. He's like, "Hey, did your French drain work?" And I go, it's not, the water's not up there yet. No, it's not there yet. But he's like wanting me to keep him in, let him know when things start flowing in there. So, because we way over, he did it. I helped design, but way overdid it. There's 3 4-inch pipes in there with holes on the bottom. So when it filled up the bottom, it flows down the pipe. And it is, yeah, 3 4-inch holes, not holes, tubes, pipes, and then a 4th one that is solid that goes to the downspouts on that side of the house. So the other downspouts go this way, and go down an existing culvert into the ditch. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, my dad said, "Don't know what you've gone through, Andy, but I'm very happy for you." Yep. I do not speak French. So, Steve, if you would like to turn on the French caption, closed caption, that was called, then you may. You have my permission. Yeah, my mom knows French. That is true. Are you going to have her narrate and we'll upload a separate video? No. It is going to be a lot of fast forward video of it happening. I did miss them digging it because I didn't even think of doing the video. I was busy working and they were outside doing that. And I was like, oh, and that would have been a really good one because the equipment barely fit around the corner of the house. Yeah, pretty funny. Yeah, my mom does know French. She took French and Spanish, I think, at some point. And I took Spanish in high school, and I told her, "Oh yeah, we learned the ABCs today." And she said, "Oh, I know that." And then she said it, and the beginning sounded familiar, and the end did not. She had switched to French. So yeah. Ask my mom. Is she on here? They usually only have one person on the Talkie Talk. De Madre a Tameri. Is that right? Andy says, 1 year I had a quail that had an egg frozen to her chest. It was a celadon egg, so I looked in the cage and saw a big white bump on its chest. She was not the one that laid the egg. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that means ask your mom? Okay. It sounds like it says demand. Is demand ask? Demande? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting to have a little lump of an egg there. Oh, it was white at first sight, and then it was a celadon. I understand. Celadon eggs, I guess, don't Aaron and Christina have blue now? Like not just white blue. I have been unimpressed with celadon color that I have been seeing. I don't have them personally, but the colors that I see, it's like, oh yeah, that's like barely blue. I know a lot of people get excited about it. I don't care what color the egg is. It'd be kind of cool if it was like a blue, but unless it's like a pretty blue, I'm not going to care. An egg is an egg. Well, I mean, a quail egg is a quail egg, and a quail egg. Let me refine that. An aviary raised quail egg is an aviary raised quail egg, and happy quails come from aviaries. Oh, let's put the link for the quail course. So I made a raising quail and aviaries course right here. I have the link. And it is out on sale right now. Well, not on, it's for sale. It is obtainable right now. And there is a lot of information about raising quail in aviaries. It was originally requested from Quail University, and then when they disbanded, it got given back to me. They put the courses back to the instructors. So that is, I think, a good course. But I encourage everybody to do it. Desiree, did you take the course yet? Desiree won this course. Did you take any of the coursework yet? Coursework. You don't have to work. It's not like there's no test. Here you go. All right. Google translated for my dad. Same with you, Verna. Yeah. The color. Yeah. Andy says the celadon eggs change colors depending on the background it's on. Kind of like those pictures of gray and gray in gray, where it's the same gray, but it's like, square. Yeah. And lighting. Yep. Like a lizard, depending on the kind of lizard. Yeah. Yeah. So it was Ghidros that gets some cool blue ones. Yeah. I thought they had some good ones. I know they just recently posted something about some neat looking ones, but yeah. Oh, Desiree says, no, I haven't had the time to, been pretty busy preparing for winter and coop plans. That's fine. That's fine. Well, you have it. And if you ever have issues getting into it or anything, you know where to find me. So there you go. Yeah, but it's a pretty good course. So anyway, just thought I'd push that a little. Give people the chance to have an aviary and some background knowledge to be the most successful that they can. That's my goal, is to have you guys be successful. Ask you guys questions when I don't know what I'm, when I need questions to be asked, stuff like that. So we all help each other. Then that is where it's at. Oh, and other projects you get invited to work on. Andy Rabbit says, I like the colors of the celadon eggs, and I do like patterns of the regular ones too. Yeah. Oh, my dad is signing off. See you soon, boys and girls. Time to get off. Thanks for coming. And I was going to call you guys tonight. But it's probably too late, so maybe I'll call you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Let me know if it's too late after this. Anyway. Oh, Steve is pushing. Speaking of pushing, who wants to be a kit? You can join the channel and join the membership. It's a Cook With Me Live membership. And we are making pumpkin pie the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Don't remember the date, but there you go. And that is going to be a lot of fun. We did the same thing last year. It might be something we do every year, but it's kind of fun. Okay, thank you. I'll call after this. Cool. Yeah, pumpkin pie is something that most people make it for Thanksgiving, and it gives us a time to do something together, uh, and to chat together and to cook together, bake together, all that stuff. And you'll have something ready. The pie will last until Thanksgiving. So Sunday the 23rd. Thank you, Steve. And so that's what we're doing. And the recipe I'm making makes 2 pumpkin pies. So either you can wait and have both of them with your family, or have one now and have one later. It does freeze afterwards too. So there you go. And then, so that's what we're doing this time. I am also thinking that we should probably make something else too, because it takes 4 or 5 minutes to an hour to bake the pie. So we should probably think about something else to just like make to nibble on. So if you're a member, I don't see any members on here right now, but if you're a member and you're watching this later, maybe let's think about things that we can make to nibble on, or make that's a quicker thing that we can make while the pie is baking. All right. I'm not on Twitch. Yeah. Steve says, I'm going to be judging the pie making. Everyone should send me the pies. Steve, if you're not busy, the 25th in my town, we have a pie auction, and it can go for hours. Last year, it went for more than 4 hours. And we raised tons of money for the local activities. We do the fireworks. We do Easter stuff for the kids, Halloween stuff for the kids. Santa comes to town and brings presents for all the kids in the whole town. Like there's some pretty good stuff going on that is fun. We do fundraising, other than that, but that's a big one, and people bid ridiculous prices to get some pie, some dessert, some bread, some whatever you want to make. So if you're in Douglas County, Oregon, on the 25th of this month, let me know. Verna says, make enough pies so you can freeze some for Christmas. That is what I used to do every year. Yeah, so you can totally do that. Pumpkin pie freezes. My typical pies for Christmas and Thanksgiving, I'm only going to do the pumpkin pie this time, but is pumpkin pie, which is a really good recipe. My dad doesn't like pumpkin pie, but he likes my pumpkin pie. My pumpkin pie came off the internet. So that's where my recipe came from. I have a really good dough for the pie crust recipe. And when we make the pie crust recipe, you will not have to make pie crust for any of the rest of your pies if you're making a bunch of pies. And it makes 3 double pies worth of pie crust, which is 6 single pies worth of pie crust. So you can do all sorts of those pies, or you can put them in the freezer and you'll have them for when you need a pie. Pull that out the night before, put it in the fridge. In the morning, you'll have a pliable dough that you can work. So yeah, we'll be doing that. What is it? The 23rd? That's Sunday the 23rd. All right. Make him a sweet potato pie. I've never made sweet potato pie, and I like just sweet potatoes. And sweet potato fries, if they're the thick ones and they're cooked right, are very good. I plan on doing sweet potatoes here once I have the food forest started, because sweet potatoes are really, really good cover crop. Not necessarily for like what you think of for cover crops, but it covers the ground. It covers the ground. It protects the base of trees and the base of plants and other plants. The one thing to think about, which I totally didn't when I did this at my other property, is if you plant sweet potatoes at the base of your trees, digging up your sweet potatoes is probably not what you should do. Which is fine if you want to eat the leaves, which is fine if you want an emergency supply of carbohydrates, as long as it doesn't rot in the ground. So these are okay things as long as you know that you're doing it. So I plan to have areas where I can have things like areas where sweet potatoes can grow within that larger fenced area. So that is my plan. I got plans, guys. All right. Desiree says I plan to make some pumpkin pie and apple pie snickerdoodles. Apple pie snickerdoodles? I like snickerdoodles so much that doesn't sound good. Snickerdoodles should always be soft and be snickerdoodly. If you give it another name, I will probably devour it. Give it another name. Apple pie doodles. Anyway, yeah. And if you can't make it with us, I do have a video on my pumpkin pie recipe. I do have that video. I also have a video on making pie crust. So that is available on my channel. If you can't make it with us, that's fine. Vera says, I used to make at least 2 of each: apple, cherry, pumpkin, pecan, and cheesecake, and peach. How big a family did you feed? My goodness. I haven't made cheesecake in a while. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we'll do that for February. We'll see what people want to do. I haven't done cheesecake in a long time. The other one that I haven't done in a long time is flan. And I have a really good recipe for flan. Yeah. All right. Plants the sweet potato in a grow bag at the base of the tree. You get both the cover and the sweet potato without digging. That's true. You could do that. You could do that. Yummy pie crust. Is that what I named it? That sounds like a name I would name it. Thank you, Steve. It is a yummy pie crust, and it is different. It's not flaky, but it's pastry-y. Pastry-y. Uses egg and lemon juice. So, yum, yum. What I really like about that pie crust is you can put it into the freezer and it's there and it's ready for you. It's ready whenever you want. The one thing I would say is if you do want to go with whole wheat, don't do full whole wheat. It does mess with the pliability and texture of it. You can go half full wheat and half regular flour, but I recommend not going full wheat. It's dessert, guys. It's dessert, except that you're going to eat something that's not as healthy for you. Yeah. It's not tart. No, it just has lemon juice. It doesn't come off as tart. I don't know what the lemon juice does, if it does something to the egg. I don't know. But it's yummy. It's yummy. And I also like to just roll it out and put like cinnamon and sugar on it, and or do like a lemon custard on it. Put it in the oven and let it bake all the yumminess in. Put some custard on it and all that. That's really good too. Yeah. Oh, step 1, making the glop, because that's what it sounds like when it goes into the bowl. Glop, glop. All that is pumpkin puree, making homemade pumpkin puree. And then homemade pumpkin pie, step 2. Thank you, Steve. Oh yeah, Verna, I remember making all sorts of Christmas cookies. Yeah. She says that isn't counting all the Christmas cookies I used to make and gingerbread houses. Yeah. Yeah. Anime has 2 very disjunct thoughts. Lemon juice helped coagulate the egg. That makes sense. And I just heard a bug. What kind of bug did you just hear? Stained glass candy. That sounds good. Is that just a sugar what do they call it? Sugar glass. Is that what they call it? Something like that. Yeah. Um, you could make you could make stained glass windows for your gingerbread house with your sugar glass candy. That would be something, right? Yeah. A big flutter crash sound. June beetle maybe? I think I saw a June beetle the other day, but it's not June and they're really big. And do I still have it on my phone? I can show you guys if I do. I think it's still on my phone. Yep. Go away. Okay, let me see if it's still on here. There it is. Look at this guy. I wonder if the kitty cats were playing with it. See how big that is? Little June beetle, I think. It looks like a June beetle, but it's huge. Hi, buddy. Are June beetles that big? Look at this guy. I haven't, I thought June beetles were like this big. A stink bug? Mine or yours? Because it didn't look like a stink bug. Stink bugs are true bugs, and this was a beetle. Exactly. Yeah. Potato bug. I don't know what a potato bug is because I think what it is what I used to call earth baby, which is what is called a Jerusalem cricket. Is that what a potato bug is to you? Because a potato bug, we used to call roly-polies potato bugs. I'm going to look up potato bug. Potato bug is a Jerusalem cricket. Jerusalem cricket. Here. Let me get on here and show you guys what Steve is talking about. What I think Steve is talking about. Share my screen. Okay, that is the other name is potato bug. This is Jerusalem cricket. I don't know. What I saw was a beetle, and it was not June. It's the opposite of June right now. Is it direct opposite? It might be direct opposite. No, it's almost direct opposite. December's direct opposite, isn't it? Anyway. Oh, okay. No, a roly-poly is not a potato bug. Yeah, we used to call things weird. I don't know. Your potato bug looks nothing like that picture. Okay, potato bug in, if I can do the right keys. MISSISSIPPI. See, this one says potato bugs are present in Mississippi, which typically refers to either Colorado potato beetle, a major crop pest, or Jerusalem cricket, a large non-venomous insect. But I have to share this. Its picture is the picture next to it is a roly-poly. Look at that. It's a roly-poly. But that's neither one of these. Maybe that's a Colorado potato beetle. I don't know what to say. We can look on images. Does any bit of this looks familiar? Maybe that one? That's a Colorado potato beetle. Roly-poly, pill bug, potato bug. Yeah, people call these potato bugs. Is this the potato beetle that you're seeing? All right. Well, hey, at least other people are calling it the potato beetle. The roly-polies. Colorado potato beetle. Okay. That's what it is. Got it. Verna says nicknames woodlouse or roly-poly bug, as they are known for its ability to roll in a ball. They're also called potato bugs. Yeah, see, common name versus scientific name. We got too many ones. Okay, you got the striped beetle. Yeah, this one didn't have any stripes on it, but it did have the same shape. Beetle and bug is not the same thing. A true bug is a type of insect, and a beetle is also a type of insect. So a true bug is, let me just type in true bug. True bug, if I can spell right. I'm in trouble spelling today. So let's see. These should look familiar. These should look familiar. Okay. And we're going to share screen. True bug. Sure. Okay, so that shape right there, and then that is the shape of true bugs. And let's see if there's more pictures. Of course there's no more pictures. Why are there no more pictures? You have one picture where it says habits and traits of true bugs. Anyway, they have a sucking mouth part right here. These are antennae. Where's your sucking mouth part? Okay. Anyway, they have a sucking mouth part, and they can actually be, so assassin bugs is another type of true bug. And what they do is they stab their prey and they go, and then they suck it out. Box elder bugs, yes, exactly. Desiree, yeah. And kissing bug that spreads kissing disease is also a true bug. So Steve says if you have beetles in your house, you call the bug man. It wasn't in my house, it's outside. Don't call the beetle man. I mean, do you actually call someone the bug man? You go up to someone and say, "Thank you, bug man, for coming to rescue me." No. You say, "Hi, friend." Oh, Andy says my hubby ain't the bug man no more. If they crawl, we call them bugs. Yeah, my old neighbor, my ex neighbor, sounds so weird. She called salamanders bugs. If it was a creepy crawly, it was a bug. I'm like, no, not really. So yeah, box elder bugs are bugs. I'm just splitting hairs, which insects don't have. So biology. Anyway, so do you guys have any burning questions for me while I was so late? Not why I was so late, but while I was so late. Did you have questions or exciting things that you're going to bring up and didn't because I wasn't here? Uh-oh. Andy says, when my hubby was the bug man and a cop would ask me what he did for a living, I would look at them with a straight face and say, he kills for a living. The look on their face was priceless every time. Yep. Oh, anyway says, if it ain't a fish or a fleshy animal, then it's a bug. Oh my goodness. A fleshy animal. What about mussel in the ocean or clam? Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, most of the stuff I'm excited about is two things that I'm not talking about that are going well. Frogs. I am excited about frogs always, Steve. You're asking if frogs are a fleshy animal? I think they're pretty fleshy. Mussels be a fish? A fishy? They're not fish. They are shrimp or sea lice. We are off whatever topic we thought we were on. Anyway, so the two things I'm excited about them not talking about yet on here. But then I'm also very excited about my saffron harvest. I actually didn't think I was going to get any this year because I planted it so late. I thought it wouldn't have enough roots, but man, those roots grow very fast, which is good. And then yeah, just been raining. So I am very excited. I am so excited to have my French drain in. It's a little ridiculous. Um, like I want to see it working. I want to see like gobs of water coming out of the pipe into the where it's draining, and not have it clog up behind the house. Like to actually see it working in motion, I am so excited to see. So I'm like rain, 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 rain. Yeah. Anyway, Steve says in that case, I like sea lice. Oh my gosh. Oh, shrimp or a bug? Shrimp or a crustacean? Oh, goodness, goodness. Well, I don't know. I don't need to eat anything that comes out of the ocean that swims around and pee all day. Yeah. With cocktail sauce. Oh. You know what's funny about cocktail sauce? You don't drink it. Right? Isn't a cocktail a drink? It's time for a cocktail. I don't drink alcohol, so I also don't drink cocktail sauce. That sounds nasty. Oh, yeah. And it doesn't have booze in it. Exactly, Verna. Exactly. Yeah. It's something you dip a headless animal into and crunch. I don't. Maybe you do. Oh, if we just think about our food, right? Well, your food, not mine. Yeah, some people in the area I grew up with would go crawdadding. Crawdad, crawfish, crayfish, all the same thing. Um, and I'm like, why would you want to eat that? Like, you know what they eat? And I know people do it all over the place. I understand that. I understand lots of people like them, but to me, no. Um, Long Island iced tea doesn't have tea in it. True. Andy says, one day we were out eating dinner. It was the day after I butchered my first batch of rabbits. And he said, I can't believe you can something that easy. I said, it ain't funny. We both end up being a killer for a living. Got to go get something, and the whole police department was at the table behind us. Oh no. Yeah, they would give you funny looks, huh? Um, all right. I like tempura. Amy says, or Anime says, yeah, Desiree, tempura is just fried things, right? It's just, I think you like the friedness of the fried thing, right? Um, Steve says, but yet you'd eat pork. I'm not a pork fan. I like bacon and sausage, but I'm not a pork fan and I'm not a ham fan. I'll eat it, but it's not. Yeah, try again. Shrimp are worm shaped? What kind of worms are you eating? What do you mean they're worm shaped? They're big on one end and they go to small on the other. I would say they're bent teardrop shaped. Oh boy. How do we get on these topics, guys? Yeah. I like, Steve, that you tried to bring it back and say, oh, but you'll eat this. And it's like, yeah, I would, but it's not great. Bacon. If they could make a pig that was all bacon or all sausage, I would be raising pigs. Right now, I don't need to raise pigs. They're tubey. That's right. Any animal is tubey. They have opening in the front and opening in the back that makes them tubey. And if that's not gross, I don't know what I can do. Oh, you think she's thinking of calamari? Calamari is it squid or octopus that's calamari? Do they use the same word for both of them? I don't know. Yeah, I have tried calamari too, and that was not, yeah. Steve says they can do all sausage for a pig, but that's a waste of a pig. Are you sure? Are you sure? Sausage is the whole pig. Bacon is the belly. Okay, it is the same word for both, calamari. I tried it once, and then I have tried seafood, and no, thank you. I'm fine with everybody else having it. More for you guys. Yeah. Calamari is Italian name for squid. So is octopus a different name, or do they call it octopus? I don't know. I know it's rubbery rings, and maybe it's not supposed to be rubbery, but the one I tried was rubbery, and no thank you. Okay, if it's overcooked, it's rubbery. Well, I mean, it was made like in not like a seafood place, but no thank you. Oh, you need to make some. Okay. Octopus is a giant squid. No. A giant squid is a giant squid. There are Humboldt squids that are giant squids. And there are rumors of fisher people not coming back. And the rumor is that giant squids took them. Now, whether that's rumor or foul play, you'll never know. You'll never know. If it's rubbery, then like a well-done steak. Well, I like well-done steak, and well-done steak is not rubbery. Anyway, octopus is a giant squid. Giant squid and octopus are not the same thing. Octopus and squid. The same? It's not the same. Yeah, they're not the same. They're both cephalopods, which is a head foot, is what that means. They have key differences in number of limbs, body shape, and habitat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're not the same. I remember teaching zoology and did not remember that that was the same thing. So that's why I'm like, I don't think so. Yeah. That's what I thought. Octopus, not squid, and is not calamari. Octopus is octopus. Oh, by well done, you mean overcooked well done. Like can't chew dry steak. Well, that's overdone, not well done. Well done is done well. It's the wellest you can do at being done. But overdone, that's different. That's a different thing. Steve, there are many people that would agree with you. Well done beef is a waste of good food. I have had overdone and I have had well done, and they are different. Yeah. Exactly, Verna. Well done doesn't mean burned. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a bleeding in the middle kind of foodie. I agree with you, Verna. Now, a medium well is that's okay, but it just not dry. Yeah. Yeah, I asked for something well done at a place not recent, but somewhat recent, and it came out horrible. And it's because they way overcooked it. It was like it was dry. I'm like, that's not what well done means. So yeah. That liquid is not blood or bleeding. You obviously did not go to my class reunion where things were frozen in the middle. Yes. Yes. It was. Yeah. The whole place was like, can you cook this? It was pretty horrible. Yeah. Well done beef does not always equal tough. Goodness, guys. Hemoglobin. Okay, juice from the cells. Got it. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm with Verna. If it's cooked correctly, it's not that. Yeah. And there's ways to cook it and ways not to cook it. And the way I cook it's good. Oh, and you can look at this. So if you feel this part of your thumb, the tenderness of that changes depending on which finger you use. And so your skin is hard, your muscle is tightening. So this would be a rare and a medium rare and a medium well done and a well done. And that's the texture it should be. That's for chicken. I don't know if it works for any other animal, but I know that's something that chefs use for what does the meat feel like as far as how is it cooked. Fun fact, random fact. Yeah, so that's a good point, Verna. So Verna doesn't have teeth, and she eats well done steak. So it shouldn't be tough. So that is a good point. Pink meat also doesn't mean raw, depending on how it's cooked. That is also true. That is also true. Frozen raw does mean raw. Beef is on the palm of your hand. So on here, is that where it is? Am I doing it right, Andy? I know this is chicken. Is that beef? Yeah. I knew there was like a measure, but I wasn't sure like how that's done. But yeah. Anyway, now that we've cooked on our hands, do we have any other animals on our hands? You guys know what I'm talking about. So this is chicken. This is beef. Do we have other? Is this something? You can really not reach all those. Steve says, I never heard of fingers touching your hand for beef. Y'all do beef weird. He says, I can drum a turkey using my hand. Oh, that was good, Steve. That was good. Here's my turkey. Oh my goodness. Well, that's all right. We're getting silly today and we're kind of way off the homesteading topic. I mean, not really. We're talking about cooking, so I guess not. Um, yeah. Oh, I know what else I got excited about this week. Um, my neighbor went out, not locally, but somewhere else, and foraged some white chanterelles, which chanterelles I have never heard of being anything but orange, which is what I know in the Bay Area, California. And so I, looked it up, and he had eaten it 24 hours before I tried it. But it looks exactly like the chanterelles that I'm familiar with. Looked it up and all that. It doesn't have the same flavor. It's a much lighter flavored mushroom, but I can show you it. I can show you guys. Oh, you're gonna take Lucia. Okay, look, I'm gonna show you guys chanterelle, and I'll be back. You're back. So whenever you're foraging mushrooms or you're accepting foraged mushrooms from people, make doubly sure, triply sure, quadruply sure that you know what you're eating. And so this is a white chanterelle. Might have to turn this light off. It's a little reflective. Yeah, let me turn this off. You guys see how those veins are straight? They're not ferny like the underside of like a mushroom from the store. They're straight. They don't connect with each other. They're not gills. And then it's white on top. And then also another thing you can do is it peels like string cheese. So you can start on either direction. And well, let's just start on this side. And it will peel like string cheese. And it's solid inside. And so those are all good indicators that this is a species and all that. So the peeling like string cheese thing is pretty dang cool. I've made cream of chanterelle soup in the past with the chanterelles that I'm familiar with, which I'll actually show you because I sent him a text with that picture recently. I had one mushroom. My grandma's house had chanterelles that grew underneath an oak tree, and this was, I think, 9 ounces. And it's pretty orange. You can't really tell from the picture. The underside is less orange, but the top is really orange. And that is a different kind of chanterelle than this one. But whenever you are foraging mushrooms, make sure you use more than one source for identification, and that they were written by different people, please, because 2 sources don't count as 2 sources if your source is really one source. And yeah, at least 2, maybe 3. And then it is always best to go with someone that knows what they're doing. And honestly, you might let them try it first. Mushrooms, all mushrooms are edible once. That means you may not be back for more. You may not make it. So there are mushrooms that are deadly. So please, 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 if you are going to forage mushrooms, be very careful. Be absolutely sure you know what you're eating, and don't just trust the person you're with. Also look it up. And if they are a good mushroomer and a good friend, they will respect that for sure. All right. Verna took Lucy out. Thank you, Verna. Thank you, Steve, for moderating today. Everybody give him a hand of applause. It is 8 p.m. It's past 8 p.m. You know, I owed you guys some time. Andy Rabbit says, homesteading. I get to raise my granddaughter to know it. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you can compare. Yeah, what's rabbit? Where does rabbit fit? Rabbit's probably chicken. Yeah, and if you only forage for things you know, that is good. The 2 that I know are morels, just like Steve is saying, and chanterelles. Those are the only 2 that I am absolutely confident in. And then there's like chanterelles should be coming out of the ground. If they're coming off of wood, it's not a chanterelle. So yeah, those are the 2 that I am very comfortable with. And also know that if you're foraging for mushrooms in one part of the country or the world, and you go to another part of the country or the world and you see something that looks the same, does not mean it is the same thing. There are a lot of mushrooms that look like each other that are not. So, frog tastes like chicken. That is a great note to end on, Desiree. Or does chicken taste like frog? Which tastes like rattlesnake? You know. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for tolerating my super, super late beginning and for participating in this random conversation. Frog tastes like frog. Yeah. Sure. I've never had frog, but I'm sure it does taste like frog. All right, guys. We will see you next Monday. We finally have another Monday. We're back on Monday schedule until the first Monday of December, which will be that following Thursday. So we're back on Mondays next week. I hope you enjoyed the videos this week. Were trail cameras, and next week are going to be a Kokoros video and a bunny breeding video, which I have to come up with a creative name because YouTube does not like those words together or apart. They like one of those words. Anyway, thank you for coming and have a wonderful, wonderful good night. And we will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.